Hi.
Hello there.
Thought I might find you here. What are you up to next Thursday?
Nothing much.
Good, well, you can come to dinner then.
Be my pleasure.
Mind you, you'll have to sing for your supper. I'm entertaining Paul and Georgina Lancing. And I'm relying on you to keep Georgina happy while I chat up Paul.
Ah.
You don't mind, do you? It's just I think Paul could be a really big client. And I want to make sure they both have a good time.
How can I refuse?
Good. Come on, I'll buy you a drink, tell you all about it.
Kim. Frank's in there.
So what?
He sacked me again last week. For good this time. And threw me out the nursery as well.
I'm sorry, Joe. It's all my fault.
No, of course it isn't. It's Frank. Come on, we're going to have that drink.
Well, don't you think we should go somewhere else?
This is my local. I'm not having Frank Tate frighten me out of it.
Hi, Kathy. I should have a table free in about 10 minutes or so.
That's all right, I'll sit with Frank.
He's a bit past it tonight.
When isn't he?
Will he be eating?
I don't know yet. I'll wait to see if Chris turns up.
Oh, hello, Kathy. How's it going?
Oh, you know, same as always.
You sound like you need a drink. Nothing like a drink to cheer you up. Lynn, can we have another glass, love?
If I get these mushrooms, they'll make him bigger. See?
Oh, that's clever. Sorry, Kim. He insists on taking it everywhere at the moment. Don't worry about it.
Good evening, everybody. We are the champions.
Yay! I bet it wasn't as easy as you thought either.
Oh, you can say that again, Joe.
All right, you three, there are drinks on the house for the winners, and there's hot soup out in the back room.
Oh, nice one, Ellen.
Looking in good shape, lads?
Well, I took your advice. Didn't try to rush it, just kept a nice steady pace all the way.
We should go and have that soup now and get some liquid down here.
How far behind are the others?
Oh, miles behind. Lost sight of them early on.
Well, I hope they're all right.
Oh, yeah, of course they are. Just slow, that's all.
Well, I think you're all brilliant. Couldn't have done it myself.
Oh, thanks.
Must be your expert training, eh, Joe?
I think I know
Oh,
what to do.
very cosy. I might have known you'd both be here.
It's a free country, Frank. You can't stop me coming in the wool pack.
But I can stop you from scheming.
Frank, stop it for heaven's sake.
You better watch her, Joe. I mean, she chucked Kincaid soon enough, and you don't have any money. She'll soon get fed up with your charms.
Just get lost, will you? Come on, Joe. He's not worth it. He can't even stand up.
What's going on?
Chris, will you get him out of here before he does any damage?
Well, well, well.
Not a word, Jack. Not a single word.
Typical. What is it with men? Do they think they're born with lorry-driving genes or something and we're
I
not?
suppose he's just trying to protect me.
Rubbish. He's trying to keep you at home.
Oh, no. What's happened now?
Just the usual. Dad's been making a fool of himself.
You want to work there for, anyway?
Because I like it. And I've got my own place.
You can't trust Frank and In. She'll be thumping you next.
Well, I don't see why. What Joe and Kim get up to has got nothing to do with me.
Mark?
Oh, I'm sorry, but it hasn't, has it? Come on, Deb, I'll buy you a drink.
Sorry about that.
Forget it, Joe. It's bad enough you getting involved. Besides, Mark's right. It isn't anything to do with him.
Well, I wonder how long Frank thinks he can carry on like this. And he needs locking up, if you ask me.
Yeah, maybe. Look, Joe, I better go. I don't want to start him up again. I'll see you.
Right, Robert. It's time we were getting you home as well.
I want to wait for Rachel.
It's your bedtime, son.
It's the holidays.
All right. Just another half an hour, though. They should be back by then.
Taking the time, aren't they?
All right. This'll do.
Lynn, you are an angel of mercy. I will never forget this, Lynn, never.
Yeah, if you ask me, you won't remember anything in the morning.
Oh, yes, I will. I never forget a true friend. And you are one. Shall we have a drink?
I think you've had enough for one day. Come on, let's take this off.
I'm fine, I'm all right. And it's all because of you. I'd do anything for you, Lynn, anything. You're a true friend.
Yeah, well, if you really want to do something for me, how about pushing your feet up here and having a nap?
Yeah, just a dose.
That's right.
I'll never forget this, Lynn. Never.
Sure. Go to sleep, Frank.
Oh, excuse me. Could I have another gin tonic, please? Joe?
Yeah, please. You did say 7.
Well, I thought so. But I'm beginning to think I might have said past.
Oh, well.
Client's prerogative to be late, I suppose. Tell me about this Georgina before they arrive.
Well, I don't know much about her. I've only met her a few times. Her husband has some business connections with Neil.
Yeah, seems a nice bloke, Paul. Mind you, you don't get much chance to talk at hunt meetings.
Georgina's always been really friendly and very sympathetic about all that business with the saddlers.
It's just horses for the hunts they're interested in, though.
Oh, maybe a pony for their daughter. Definitely a pony once you've finished charming Georgina.
I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure you will.
And we'll just wait a few more minutes before ordering. Thank you. Any luck?
Well, there's no one answering, so I imagine they're on the way.
Oh, good.
Is he all right?
Yeah, I've ordered a bottle of wine. Keep him happy for a while.
Good, as long as we're both still sober when they get here. So, have you settled into the farming routine yet?
Ask me tomorrow after morning milking.
What? I thought you'd sworn never to do another day's milking ever again.
With my brother Jack, you don't get much choice. Though if it was to be honest, I've missed it.
What? Getting up at 5 in the morning? I don't believe it.
No, not that. Being part of the farm routine. Though I'm sure the novelty will soon wear off.
Kim?
And Georgina. Let me introduce a friend of mine, Joe Sugden.
How do you do?
Joe, Georgina Lansing. Please, sit down. We haven't ordered yet, but there's some wine on its way. Unless you'd rather have something else.
Nothing for me, thanks.
Mineral water?
No, really, I'm fine. Oh, dear, this really is difficult. I'm afraid I can't stay.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Isn't Paul with you?
No. You see, the thing is, Paul's decided he couldn't come tonight. Well, wouldn't come, really.
I'm sorry, I hope nothing serious has happened.
No, you don't understand. Look, you deserve the truth. Paul's decided he won't be doing business with you after all.
Well, thank you for coming to tell me.
I thought under the circumstances, it was the least I could do.
Can I ask you a question? Does Paul know you're here?
No, as a matter of fact, he doesn't. In fact, we had an argument about the whole thing.
About tonight?
You see, it wasn't really him. We'd have been happy for you to stable them, but when Paul told Neil Kincaid about it...
Neil?
Yes, Paul's doing some business with him. And when he mentioned your name, well, Neil put him under a lot of pressure not to use you.
I see.
Being new to the hunt and with the business, Paul didn't feel he had any alternative. Look, I really am very sorry. I do hope you understand.
Yes, I think I do. Well, thank you for coming.
I'm sorry, Kim. I just didn't think it was fair, that was all.
Crafty little...
I can't believe it.
Oh, I can. And not just the Lansings either.
Of course. The saddler, Roger Ballantyne.
Oh, makes sense, doesn't it?
He must have been putting the pressure on everyone.
From the minute you left him.
All that civilised behaviour. Letting me borrow the suitcases, moving out for a week. And all the time.
Yeah, I know.
At least with Frank, he shows you he's mad, all out in the open.
Yeah, there is something in that.
Oh, but using a shotgun isn't Neil's style. Far too uncivilised. I tell you, Joe, it frightens me. Far more than anything Frank's ever done. Hi! Wondered if you fancied a ride.
Great, I'm nearly done here.
You were right.
What about?
About the old friends, valued clients, saddler that won't take my orders anymore, and all the people that claim to be in a meeting or on the other line. We should form a club.
Get off your chest.
As you said, seems though Neil is every bit as influential as he claims to be. Just nastier than I ever imagined.
Well, you won't raise a penny from the bank without firm commitments.
I'm not going to the bank yet.
Frank? Wish you luck then. I don't want to dash your hopes, but I'd act fast if I were you.
I intend to. Why?
Rumour has it that the old Tate estate is going down the pan.
Now, same again, and whatever these lads are on. What are you drinking, Archie?
Orange juice.
You turn into an orange one of these days. Have a proper drink. Carol, put a vodka in it. It's not good for you, all that acid.
I don't drink, Frank. You know that.
I'm celebrating.
Oh, yeah? What are you celebrating, then? Best dressed man of 93, is it?
You like it?
Oh, yeah, it's very, Oh, yeah, it's very flamboyant, Frank.
You think so, do you?
Oh, yeah. Very vodka and orange with a twist of lemon in it. Just right for you in your present state. Just going to get Alice from Elizabeth.
Hey, what about your drink?
Put a bit rest of yours. There's no point doing anything by halves, is there?
You should take a leaf out of my book, Nick. Smarten yourself up a bit. Make a new man out of you. Carol, same again.
That'd be £6.30, please, Frank.
And, whatever anybody else wants. My fair weather friends. The best money can buy.
Well, let's hope he can find his flies.
You seem to have made a bit of an impression with the hoi polloi tonight.
Oh, this. Stupid, really.
I think you look really nice.
It doesn't matter. Why don't you just marry me and done with it?
Because you're still married and I'm not the marrying kind, as they say.
Suit yourself. Come to dinner instead, tomorrow night. Oh, no, not tomorrow. Night after.
We could talk business.
If we have to.
I'll think about it. Thanks.
Well, we're here.
Yes?
We've had lunch and a walk. Can't put it off much longer.
Can't imagine why I'm so nervous anyway. I am doing the right thing, aren't I?
Of course you are. Just stand up for yourself. Put your foot down.
I'm glad you're with me.
Yeah, I'm a lover of Frank Tate at the moment, don't I? Come on.
Chris, we've got visitors.
Who?
Have a look.
What the hell does she want?
To admit it, Chris, Frank's behaviour recently has been irrational, to say the least.
Such as?
Sacking Joe for no reason. Zoe having to take an important business meeting because he was shopping.
You don't know that he was drunk. You don't know that.
Calm down.
I don't have to sit here and listen to this.
Christopher, Kim has got a point. You can't deny that Frank's actions are ruining the image of Tate's haulage and the holiday village.
None of this has got anything to do with you. I don't even know why you're here.
He's here because I asked him. Frank was even too stupid, too drunk or too pig-headed to realise what an asset Joe was to the holiday village.
Come on, Dad must have had a reason for sacking him.
As I see it, Frank's lost his powers of reasoning. He behaves so irresponsibly these days he could do considerable financial damage to the businesses.
And you couldn't stand that, could you? Thinking about yourself again.
Chris, please.
And where would that leave you and Kathy, may I ask, if Frank went bankrupt? Because the way he's going, Chris, he will. Listen to me. I have nothing against you and Kathy. And all right, yes, I am out to protect myself because nobody else will.
It's the first truthful thing I've heard you say in a long time.
I've got my life to live. And I need a decent settlement, and I need it quickly.
Then sort it out with Dad. Why involve me?
I've tried to negotiate with Frank, and you know it. My solicitor sends him letters, he just tears them up.
How do you know that?
I know a lot. I know, for instance, he lost you a very lucrative contract for the haulage business.
Nobody knows about that, only me.
I know. Word gets about.
Kim's right, Chris.
OK, so he's not himself at the moment. He could be running things better, but what am I expected to do about it?
Just listen to Kim. I'm sure she has the answer.
All right, I'm listening.
I'd like to put a proposition to you. I think you and I, as minority shareholders, should take out an action to remove Frank as chairman of this company.
Be fair. How can I do that to him?
If you back me in this, I'll back you as Frank's replacement.
And if I don't?
Then I propose the bank appoints a neutral administrator.
Is that tummy?
Yeah, just a bit. I had some pate last night. I think it must have been off.
Sure it wasn't what you washed it down with?
Don't you start. Listen, there's a tourist board luncheon today. Fancy coming?
I have that job interview I told you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Where is it?
Skip now.
Stick to orange juice then, eh?
Zoe, I've been driving for 40 years, near enough, and I have no intention of losing my licence now.
Good.
I know there are people who think that Frank Tate is going to take a fall. Well, you can take it from me. They're going to be very disappointed.
Hi.
You're up bright and early for a lady of leisure.
Yeah, well, I don't spend any more time in that guest house than I have to.
That good, eh?
Oh, it's not exactly home farm, but it'll do. At least you're back where you belong. Mind you, so am I, come to that. Struggling to make my way in the world.
Ah, not back where I belong, not really. You'll be soon on your feet, once your divorce is sorted out.
Yeah, if Frank doesn't wreck everything first.
I thought your minority shareholders' action was going to stop that.
It should do. It's been served today.
Oh, the explosion will register on the Richter scale when it realises what's happening.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to do it, though. Tell me I'm doing the right thing, Joe.
If you've any doubt, just go down to the Woolpack any evening. You won't need convincing. So, apart from riding, you've got anything else planned for this morning?
Anything in mind?
Well, I thought you could give me a hand with these lambs, help mark them, clip their ears.
You really know how to treat a girl, Joe Sugden.
If the minority shareholders' action is successful and Frank is removed, have you thought about what happens next?
Well, if I can't get Christopher's backing, then the bank will have to move in and take over.
I wasn't talking about the business. I meant about Frank.
Oh, well, he'll hate me. If he doesn't already. I just hope it makes him see sense. Maybe one day he'll thank me.
I hope so.
I'll be honest, though, Joe. I brought this action to protect my own interests.
Nothing wrong in admitting that. Just be careful, eh?
I always am.
But Frank is very volatile. He's already threatened you once.
Yeah, well, I'm still here, aren't I? You worry too much.
Probably.
If I need a bodyguard, I know where to come.
I brought you a butty, Joe. Didn't know you had a labourer.
It's all right. We'll share it. Not unless you fancy popping down to Woolpack for a bit of dinner.
Hey, you're a farmer now, not a caravan park attendant. Does that wall over the top 20 need seeing to? How's it all going, anyway?
I'm not too sure. Ask me again in a day or two.
Hello, stranger.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, glad to be out in the fresh air.
Look, I'd better be off. Places to go, people to see and all that.
You don't fancy a bit of walling, then?
To be quite honest, no, I don't.
Work shy, eh?
I'll see you later, Joe.
Good luck with the, you know what.
Thanks.
Suppose she thinks I should still be inside.
Michael, you're the least of her worries at the moment.
Hello, Chris. How are you today?
Got a moment?
Yeah.
You said you'd have a word.
I'm sorry?
With Lynn about Dad.
Well, I did.
Not enough of one.
Chris, I really think it's time you spoke to your father yourself.
I've tried, and now I'm asking you again. Please do something about it. Ban him. Refuse to serve him alcohol.
Is everything all right, Christopher?
Fine, thank you.
All right, Christopher, I'll have a word with Lynn. Maybe she can make him see sense.
I doubt that.
Stand up in court and defend myself against this rubbish.
Well, dry out before you go.
You what?
You have been making a bit of an exhibition of yourself just lately.
Oh, dear. I've been embarrassing my prissy little son.
You've been embarrassing everybody, only you're too far gone to notice.
I'm not too far gone that I can't sort you out, son.
Oh, don't start that again.
Don't tell me what I can do.
Stop it! Just stop it! How can you be surprised Kim's done this? You've already lost us one big contract. How much further do you want to take us down the pan?
I can replace that contract tomorrow.
No, you can't. Because you're a pathetic old drunk.
That's not true.
It is. You've lost control of everything. Kim can see it even if you can't. If I didn't hate her so much, I might have even signed that damned action with her.
You knew about it.
Somebody's got to keep an eye on what's happening.
You knew this was coming and you didn't warn me? After all I've done for you? You knew about it and you didn't tell me?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Rather surprised to find you living here.
Were you?
Yes, rather an expensive option for one in your financial straits.
Well, it's very good of you to worry about my financial circumstances, Christopher. But you'll be pleased to hear I am not staying here.
Yes, I'd like a coffee. Do you do croissant?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bring me a croissant.
I'd like some more coffee too, please.
Thank you. Very good.
I take it Frank doesn't know you're here?
Why do you say that?
Well, does he?
I'm not hiding anything from him, if that's what you mean.
But you don't have his backing.
I don't need his backing for what I'm going to propose.
Don't tell me we're going to be bringing joint action against him after all.
Kim, if you ever thought I'd be on your side against Dad,
I think
then...
the only side you'd ever be on is your own, Christopher.
Do you want to hear what I've got to say or not?
I'm not in any great rush. So, what's your wonderful proposal, Christopher?
Well, it's a very clean solution. And if your aim is, as you claim, simply to get a fair settlement, I think it's a very good deal for you.
I think I'll be the judge of that.
Put simply, I'd like to buy out your share of Dad's business.
I own 20%, Chris.
I know.
And you're going to buy me out, just like that?
No, in return for...
Sorry, excuse me a moment. Hello? Frank? I wasn't expecting to hear from you. Well, you've caught me at a bad moment, actually. Can I call you back? Say half an hour? Fine. Bye. You didn't want a word with him, did you?
Did he say what he wanted?
Think I'd tell you if he did. You still haven't told me how you're going to raise the money.
Don't really think that's got anything to do with you.
It's got everything to do with me. I want to know whether this is for real or not.
I can raise at least 100,000 on Mill Cottage, and I reckon I can pull together another 50 if I call in all my debts.
Well, by my reckoning, you're still 100 grand short.
That's what you're working to, is it? $250,000.
All I've ever wanted is my share of the business, Christopher. It's my right.
Well, some people might say you've forfeited your right by the way you've carried on.
Well, if that's the way you feel, we can always leave it up to the courts to decide. But I get the impression you want to avoid that.
Of course I do. I don't want Dad or the business to suffer because of some ridiculous legal wrangling.
Is it your father's well-being you're thinking about, Christopher, or your own?
What do you mean?
Well, this is a glorious opportunity for you to make yourself an equal partner with Frank.
That has got nothing to do with it. I just don't want to see Dad ruined.
Why don't I believe you, I wonder?
Do you want to do a deal or not?
Not at 150 grand, no. It's not enough.
All right. Say we agreed to 250,000 and said this was the down payment.
I'm going to need time to consider.
No, you take it or leave it. You either agree or the deal's off.
Pull the other one, Christopher. Apart from anything else, I need to consult my lawyers. I'll tell you when I'm good and ready.
So, why are you behaving so aggressively, Kim? Minority shareholders' action. It's outrageous.
I'm not prepared to wait forever for a settlement.
It's been 5 months, Kim. That's hardly forever.
I thought you were coming here to propose a deal, not create a scene.
I'm not creating a scene.
So, do you have something constructive to suggest or not?
I'm prepared to instruct my solicitor to negotiate a divorce settlement.
Good.
On condition. On condition that you withdraw your minority shareholders' action.
That'll depend on the terms of the settlement.
That's for the solicitors to work out.
Come on, Frank. The solicitors aren't acting independently. In the end, they do what we tell them. You must know roughly what you're prepared to give me.
I can't give you any details, not off the top of my head.
So you haven't actually discussed this with your solicitor?
Yes, I have, in general terms. I've told them you're to get a fair deal.
You're not proposing anything at all, are you? This is just a delaying action.
Kim, this is not a good time to drag the business under the scrutiny of a lot of outsiders.
I know that, Frank. That's why I don't want to delay. I want my share while there's still something to have a share of.
But you're driving me into the ground. Look, please don't just walk out on me. Let's see if there's a way we can solve this. If you persist with this legal action, you'll ruin me. I don't believe you want to ruin me, Kim. You don't hate me that much, do you? The only thing that will send this business down the tubes is if the court rules that I'm not fit to run it.
That's not my fault, Frank.
You think about it, Kim. What's this action going to do to my reputation? Word will get around, and in this business, everything depends on confidence. When people lose confidence in you, then you might as well forget it.
court's not going to just take my word for it. They're going to look at the facts. Anyone would think it was my action that was causing all the problems.
It is. Can't you see that? It'll ruin us.
You're the one who's ruining us, all on your own, without any help from me.
Yeah, well, you know why, though. Look, I'm not blaming you. I know I'm not handling this well. But when you just walked out on me like that, it was a hell of a thing for me to come to terms with.
Frank, for the last time, you're the one who's throwing it all away.
I'm not. I'm trying. I've got everything under control now. Have I had a drink this evening?
No.
Well, then.
You were drunk the day you mucked up the Emerson contract. And you were drunk the day you sacked Joe.
All I'm asking, Kim, is for a chance. I'm begging you. If what you had means anything to you, then please, please, please call off this legal action. If you do, I promise you, I'll see you all right. Kim.
Afternoon, Frank.
You look great.
Thanks.
Can I get you a drink?
And not at the moment, thank you.
Here, have a look at the menu.
Thanks.
The lamb looks good.
The lamb?
Yeah, it's done in a lemon sauce.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
You sure I can't get you a drink? And Zoe, she'll be starting a new job soon, so she won't be at such a loose end.
Frank, can we get on with it?
On with what?
What we came here to discuss.
Sorry?
Well, I assume you came here today to discuss the divorce settlement.
Well, not exactly, no.
Look, I've kept my side of the bargain. I withdrew the court action. Now, I expect you to honour your word regarding the settlement. I want to sort it out once and for all. Look, I've done what I said I'd do. What else do you expect? What do you want from me?
I hoped. I thought...
You thought what, Frank?
I thought we... Never mind, I'm sorry. I've wasted your time. My misunderstanding.
It was a case of all dressed up and nowhere to go, eh, Frank?
Say that again. When I walked out of that restaurant like that, I felt a complete fool.
Oh, dear.
Crying out loud, Lynn, what's going on?
You still don't see it, do you?
Now, you were here last night, weren't you? You saw with your own eyes what happened. She came in and she sat there, didn't she?
Yes.
She said she was dropping the court action. I mean, what am I supposed to think?
You're not supposed to think anything.
But why would she help me like that if she didn't still care for me?
She wasn't helping you. She was drawing in her horns because she's got what she wanted.
What she wanted?
Money.
I'm sure she still cares for me.
Oh, come on, Frank. You must realise.
Realise what?
That you might still love Kim, but she doesn't love you. It's as simple as that. And until you accept that, none of this business is ever going to make any sense to you.
Ridden for a long time.
Everything all right, Alan?
Yes, it seems to be, Lynn. Thank you.
Oh, dear, I don't think Alan can take much more of this.
Or Carol, for that matter.
Bye-bye, see you.
Oh. Sorry, Zoe, your turn.
You're blocking the door, actually.
Oh.
Thanks.
I'll see you around. Ah, is Joe in yet?
He's in the wine bar.
Oh, right, see you later.
Is he expecting you?
Yes, is there a problem?
No, that's all right.
Good.
Carol, if you'll excuse me, there's something I want to check with Lynn.
Oh, Kim, let me take your coat.
Thanks.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Cheers.
Alan, do you need anything?
Just checking everything's okay.
Everything's fine. Kim, can I get you some wine?
House red?
Fine.
House red, please, Lynn.
Thanks, Alan.
Have you ordered yet?
No. I was waiting for you.
Oh, I brought the details of the stables. If you've got a moment to read them before Monday.
Yeah, I'll look at them tomorrow.
Your wine. Give me a shout when you're ready to order.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lynn.
I'm sorry, Joe. I can't help thinking maybe the gossips are right. You two aren't having an affair, are you?
Well, if we are, we're the last to know.
It's a lot of money. Never thought you'd be able to raise it, frankly. Still, you obviously know which side your bank manager's buttered on. And I dare say you have plenty of other resources.
I don't think you need worry where the money comes from, Kim. Just be thankful I've got it.
Oh, I am. I am. Still, you're taking a bit of a gamble, tying up so much capital just to buy my shares.
I think that's my business, don't you? What are we supposed to do now? Shake hands? Have a celebratory nip of something?
I can't say I feel like celebrating.
Oh, dear. And I thought you were quite happy with our little transaction.
We put so much into this damn company. Worked so hard. I never thought in a million years I'd ever want to get rid of my shares. It's the end of an era, isn't it?
And whose fault is that, I wonder?
Do you know, I feel quite sorry for you sometimes. Everything's so black and white with you, so cut and dried.
Don't knock it, Kim. You're doing pretty well out of it.
Yes. Yes, you just keep doing the deals, Christopher. Don't let anybody's feelings get in the way.
Archie, I need to talk to you.
Well, I'm a bit busy at the moment, Frank.
Won't take a minute.
Right. Better come through here then.
Excuse us.
His manners don't change, do they?
Kim, look, it's Joe. I'm sorry, I'm stuck babysitting for Jack and Sarah.
They had to go to a parents' meeting at Robert's school.
Oh, what about our drink?
No, don't worry, they'll be back soon.
I suppose you've told Jack about working with me.
Yeah, you're not having second thoughts, are you?
I don't know. I just think I've got to slow down a bit. I mean, if I go overreaching myself right at the start, then I could end up falling flat on my face.
Look, Kim, don't be too hasty. I think I might.
It may be just a long shot, but there's a place the other side of Robblesfield. Big place, about 20 boxes.
I know what you mean. Yeah, but that's going to cost almost as much to buy.
Yeah, but I think they want to rent it out. Keep the house to live in, but rent out the yard.
Rent?
Yeah.
Zoe, hi.
Hello. Kathy, hi. I thought you were working.
I am. Listen, you can do me a favour, though. Make me a sandwich or something. I'm absolutely starving.
Yeah, sure. Can you give me a second?
So, how are you doing?
Fine. You?
I'm fine.
Good. Everything okay?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Come on, then. Let's see what I can rustle up.
Ever get the feeling you're no longer on someone's Christmas card list?
Oh, forget it. So come on, then. What do you reckon? Kim?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We're agreed it's better to hang on to your capital.
Absolutely.
Instead of tying it up in one property, yeah?
Yeah.
Besides which, you're going to have to pay your stable manager a hefty wage.
Yes.
So should we check it out?
OK, what about tomorrow, then?
Fine.
Or we could go over now, if you like. Have a quick look round.
No can do. I'm going out tonight.
Oh, right.
In fact, I should be there now.
Oh, going somewhere nice?
Yeah, somewhere nice.
Well, give her my apologies if you're late. Tell her it's all my fault. Seems to look so embarrassed. I've wondered how long it'd take for you and Lynn to get together.
What's the joke?
Nothing.
Call you in the morning.
OK.
So, what was that all about? Oh, sorry. Stupid question. Can I get you a drink?
No, thanks.
Oh, well. Another time, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, God. What time is it?
Haven't a clue.
Yeah, out. Come on.
Sure you're up to it?
Zoe, I've been waiting up for you. I have not been drinking.
Really?
Well, I had a drink, obviously, but what I mean is I'm not drunk.
Honestly, Dad, I am past caring.
Busy night?
Very.
Well, tell me about it.
Oh, come on, what do you care?
I'm worried about you.
Well, don't be.
Where are you going?
I'm going to have a shower, if that's all right.
Oh, right. I'll make some breakfast.
Don't bother. I'm going to have a cup of tea, then I'm going straight out.
Zoe! You cannot go on like this, love. You've been on the go for the last 24 hours or more. You're going to crack up. Anybody would.
I have got to do my rounds, Dad.
Oh, well, suit yourself. I'm just glad I'm not on your list of calls.
What do you mean?
Well, how can you deal with a case in the state that you're in? I mean, you can hardly prop your eyes open, let alone make a sound judgment. You know I'm right.
All right. I might have a quick nap.
How are you? You looking good?
I'm fine.
Good.
Look, Frank, can we just get to the point?
Yeah, sure. Sit down.
Only I can't stay long.
Oh.
And I feel a bit twitchy about being here at all. I thought Zoe was going to be here.
Yes, she had to go out on a call.
Oh, I see.
Right, the point is, I didn't want to have to go through the solicitors for this. I mean, you know how they flaff around. Takes them 3 days before they can bring themselves to pick up a phone. Anyway, I just thought it would be a good idea for us to see each other. Sort out a few...
Problems?
Yes, if you like. Nothing major, I promise. It's just the, well, the settlement.
Well, yes, I gathered that.
I've got a bit of a time problem.
What do you mean?
I'm not going to be able to pay the full whack as soon as I want.
Oh, for God's sake.
Hang on, hang on.
I might have known. As soon as you started being all sweetness and light, I should have known you'd try and wriggle out of the deal.
Look, will you let me explain?
I don't want to hear you explain anything, Frank. In fact, I don't want to listen to you at all.
I'm not trying to wriggle out of anything. You'll get your settlement in full. It'll just take a bit longer, that's all.
Yes, Frank, I've heard it all before.
And it's not for my benefit anyway. It's Chris I'm thinking about.
Chris?
Look, I didn't want to have to tell you this, but you know where the money's coming from for the settlement.
From the sale of the haulage firm?
Right.
You're not saying it's fallen through?
Not exactly. You know Chris and I have fallen out over the whole deal.
So what's new? You and Chris have been falling out ever since I've known you. 5 minutes later, you're bosom buddies again.
Yeah, well, it's a little more serious this time. In fact, there's only one way I think I can patch it up.
Oh, yes?
I'm going to have to stop the sale.
All right, I suppose I can see your point.
I wouldn't ask for any other reason except for Chris. Oh, Zoe, of course, but she's not involved. Just as well.
How do you mean?
Oh, she's working so hard. She never stops.
Runs in the family, doesn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so, but in Zoe's case, it's different. She's worried about something and she's working too hard so she doesn't have to think about it.
I'm surprised you even notice.
I deserve that, I suppose.
So, where do we go from here? I want my settlement as soon as possible.
I'm not sure.
End of the month?
I'll need more time than that.
Sorry, Frank.
All right. I'll work something out.
And if you think I'll give you more time, forget it. I'm not giving you another second. Well. Frank, are you sure you know what you're doing? This loyalty to Christopher. Are you sure he'd do the same for you?
Of course he would. I know we've had our differences, but we'd never really harm each other. You know that.